Hey, I'm Chester Howlett. I'm just going to be putting up a vlog here today. Not sure exactly where this is going to go or how long it's going to be. Just going to kind of be, I guess, pouring my heart out here, explaining my videos over the last couple of days there, like where I've been saying that I wanted to die. And that is true for me. Like, it's the way I've been feeling lately. I've had those thoughts a lot in the past, and I've been having them here lately, and that's real for me. Like I that is the way I honestly feel. Like I'm in so much pain constantly here lately, and in the past when I felt that way, that's what gave me those feelings. And but anyway, I remember from when I used to be in therapy, like I suffer from uh, different mental illnesses, social anxiety, and I have a lot of tendencies from several different personality disorders. Like I show some signs of narcissism. I show some signs of borderline personality disorder. Like, but I don't really fit right into one category per se, and I guess that could be true for a lot of people. I mean, it's hard to just make a list of these personality disorders, and that every different person is going to fall right into that category perfectly, because we're all different. We all do things differently. We all think differently. We all handle things in different ways, and so, like I say, to get back to the death and dying thing, like uh, my therapist, the last therapist I had, she was helping me understand, like, it's all right for me to have those feelings, but it's not always all right to share them, because just because I feel that way about death, like that it doesn't concern me and that I'm not scared of it, like it doesn't mean that everybody else feels that same way. So like I don't need to share that. Like, and I have a tendency, like I'm a very open and honest person. Like if anybody asks me anything, like I'll tell them pretty much anything about my life. Like I don't really have much for secrets. Like I don't have nothing to hide, and but I like somebody asks me a question, like I'm gonna answer it. Like, and because like I say, I'm just not a dishonest person. And uh, like if someone tells me a secret, I always joke with them, say if you tell me if you don't tell me anything that you don't want other people to hear, because if somebody asks me that direct question, like I'm going to answer it. But like if someone tells me a secret and says, like people can tell me things in confidence, like if they tell me something and say like don't let this go any further, like, and then if somebody asks me a direct question asked of me about that person, like in about the problem that this person had confided me in with me, I I would say, nope, that's not my story to tell. If you want to know about that, go ask them. So like I say, like I don't candy coat things. I don't have, sometimes, like I used to worry that I didn't have the ability to worry about other people's feelings, like, and but I actually asked my, or said to my therapist one time, like I said I'm kind of worried that I am a sociopath, and she kind of, not chuckled, but she kind of said, Chester, like, she said, I have no concern at all that you're a sociopath. He said, because if you were a sociopath, you wouldn't be worried that you're a sociopath. So, like, because sociopaths doesn't have the ability to have sympathy or empathy for other people because they can only think of themselves. And I am like that sometimes. I guess I do fall into that narcolepsy kind of box in some cases. And but anyway, like I say, I can be quite selfish, and those thoughts of wanting to die when I have a wife and a son are very selfish thoughts. And like, I know my wife and son there, they don't understand when I say these things, like, because they can only understand what it would feel like to them if I died, like, and it kind of makes it my uh, decision, like, is about them. Like, I know my wife will say to me sometimes, well, if you say you want to die, you don't love me, you don't want to be with me. But that's not the case. Like, the only reason I want to die in those extreme cases is that I'm just in so much pain that I'd rather be dead than to have to live with the pain and suffering that I feel most days. But like I say, I have pain every single day of my life. It's just that some days are harder to deal with. In the past, just in this past week, it's been one of those times where it's really hard to deal with, and it's hard to see that light at the end of the tunnel when you're going through it. And I do appreciate a lot of you who've like, a lot of my viewers have reached out to me and said I'm here to talk to you, and that they suffer through things as well. And I know for sure there's a few of my viewers that has said that to me, that they suffer just as much, if probably a lot more than I do. But it's just, like I say, people handle things differently. Like, uh, they may be more positive people, and can handle the mental stress of being in pain all the time better than I can. Like, not that I can't handle the pain, but just that constant mental stress, and like all my other, like, mental illnesses to go along with it. Like, it makes it hard for me to cope sometimes. And like I say, everybody deals with things in a different way. Like, and some people turn to religion, some people meditate, some people do things like that. Like, me, I just kind of take it, and 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 internalize it, and don't deal with it in a proper manner sometimes, and that's just what I do, right? So I mean, and I'll internalize it until it gets to the point where it's so bad that it just bubbles over, right? And I don't deal with it in very healthy ways, and am angry and snappy with my wife a lot of times. Like, it can be a very hard person to live with at times, and not physically abusive, but I can get pretty, I can say and do some horrible things like that, that I shouldn't do, like, as far as, like, saying nasty things and stuff like that. Like, I just, and being very short, and things like that. So, like I say, I just wanted to put this out there. Like, it's not really an apology for saying the things that I said on the videos. Like, saying, I can't apologize for being myself, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, I do apologize that, like, maybe saying those things made some people uncomfortable. Yes, I do apologize for that. But I can't apologize for being myself and feeling the way that I feel. And because to me, it's very real, and it's my reality. And so, anyway, like I say, I just felt I wanted to come on here and try to clear the air a bit, and just try to make people understand, like, where I am and why I have been saying those things on my videos. And because I've had a lot of people reach out to me which I really appreciated. Like I said here earlier, that just people reaching out and said that they'd be there for me if I ever wanted to talk and things like that, and I appreciate that. And but say my wife got home today for a surprise visit. I didn't even know she was coming today. Her mom had to be in Shelburne today for something, and she popped out to see me, and as we were catching up on videos she hadn't seen of mine, and she got to the last two there where I was saying about wanting to die, like she was, of course, very upset by that, and she helped me see, like I said, my wife is my rock, and I haven't had her around a whole lot in the last 2 or 3 months, and because of the operations and the healing time at her mother's house, and like it just hasn't. She's kind of my rock and my, like how I think it was the story of Pinocchio there, where he never had no conscience because he was just a puppet, like in. So that there, what's his name, Jiminy Cricket, there was his conscience. Well, I guess a lot of times, like where I've got so much social anxiety and I've distanced myself from people all my life, that because of that I'm kind of socially awkward and don't sometimes I don't have no filter and I'll say things that like really upset people, like wanting to die and things like that, and like it takes my wife sometimes to be my conscience for me, like she's my Jiminy Cricket, I guess, like in some cases like that, where like she keeps me grounded and tells me like, well, that's not can't say those things to people and stuff like that. So, but like I say, and without her, my mind just goes to dark places sometimes, and I say things before I think, I guess, and, and I've always kind of been that way. Like I don't really. I'll say things sometimes without regard for how it's going to make other people feel, and I guess a lot of that could be that I guess I grew up being made fun of different, and it's not an excuse. I'm just like I say. There's an old country song that says, "Don't blame her, life turned her that way." Like, but I'm just saying, like, things have happened in my life that's kind of hardened me and made me the way that I am, and made it so like I got made fun of a lot, not by people in my own school a whole lot or around my own area, but like in different areas, and strangers and stuff like would just say horrible things to me, and I'm not going to get into it, but so like I say, I think by people sometimes not showing me very much kindness, it it made it so I got used to, or I guess by a few people being that way to me, I guess I started to think that everybody was like that. So why should I guess, why should I try to save other people's feelings when they don't care about mine, type thing? Like, and I know, like through years of therapy, that not everybody's like that, and I can see since I've been on social media that there are people out there that can like me for me the way I am, and like I say, I've got in touch with a lot of old friends that I never, friends in school, classmates and stuff that I didn't realize like even remembered me, and because I'm the type of person that don't think that people remember me, right? So because I don't think I was important enough because of my low self-image and things. But anyway, like I say, I've had a lot of people reach out to me since I've been doing this, and and uh, and letting me know that they not only do remember me, but they like me for who I am and not what I look like or whatever. So yeah, so like I say, I just wanted to put this out there, and it's getting, like I say, it's up almost close to 15 minutes here, so it's getting a little lengthy. So think I'm gonna cut it off here and just say thanks to you that my viewers that hasn't unsubscribed through my foolishness that I've been going through, and thanks for standing by me and understanding that everybody has bad days and times, and but in the future, like, I do have one more video. It's a review that will be posting the day after this. I'll be posting this video tomorrow morning, and then I do have another one shot where I did say that I want to die. In that footage that it's going to be hard to go back and cut it out, so I will be posting that the following day after this posts. So I apologize if that offends anybody before that even goes out, but like I said, I can't apologize for being myself, and that's the way I've been feeling lately, and so that's what I've been saying and doing. But like I say, I guess I just never thought the way it would make other people feel, and I do apologize for that if I offended or upset anybody by saying those things. So with that, I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll catch you in the next one.